In 1921, on the beaches of Southern California, Earl M. Jorgensen began selling scrap metal to drillers looking to capitalize on the discovery of oil on California's coast. Recently home from World War I, the 23-year-old Jorgensen saw an opportunity to repurpose discarded shafts from naval submarines. He would sell to the oilmen during the day and draw up the orders at night, securing steel from the shipyards with orders in hand. From humble beginnings, Jorgensen's venture prospered and evolved, putting him on a path to become one of the country's premier distributors of steel and aluminum. Earl was born on June 22, 1898, to Danish immigrants. He grew up in San Francisco, surviving the 1906 earthquake with his mother and sea captain father as they watched the city burn from a schooner in the bay. His father died in 1911 when Earl was just 13. He went on to work as an office boy to support his family and attended high school at night. At 16, he pocketed a magazine clipping that read, "Hustle, that's all," and it became his lifelong motto. In 1916, he joined war efforts with the 1st American Tank Corps under Dwight D. Eisenhower, returning to California just as an oil boom took off. Ingenuity, grit, and determination allowed him to outsell and outprice local steel mills and make a name for himself as a supermarket for steel. In 1923, Jorgensen raised $20,000 to purchase an acre of land in Linwood, California. He built a warehouse and purchased equipment, positioning himself to supply and service the burgeoning aerospace and construction industries. Earl M. Jorgensen Company was incorporated in 1924 as warehouses became service centers and customers demanded more processing. Jorgensen never lost his fierce resolve, sustaining his business through the Great Depression by convincing his biggest suppliers to extend him credit even as he teetered on the edge of bankruptcy. In the 1950s and 60s, EMJ opened new locations inching eastward and carried steel and aluminum produced by 60 U.S. mills. In 1960, sales exceeded $50 million as EMJ continued to expand, even acquiring a forge house, adding the ability to produce basic forms of steel. In addition to being a fixture in the world of metals, Earl was known to be a generous philanthropist and volunteer, giving both time and money to the American Red Cross, the YMCA, Boy Scouts of America, hospitals, colleges, and the arts. In 1953, Earl married Hollywood socialite and fellow Red Cross volunteer Marion Newbert Call, who introduced him to a group of Hollywood elites and wealthy conservatives, including Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Earl was a fast and faithful supporter of Reagan, urging him to enter politics and run for governor of California in 1966, and for president 10 years later. Earl was part of a close group of businessmen, Reagan's unofficial advisory kitchen cabinet, but did not take a job in Washington, opting to stick with his business. In 1975, Bobby Unser won the Indianapolis 500, driving the Jorgensen Eagle to victory. EMJ ended the decade nearing $400 million in sales, with 19 service centers, 2 sheet plants, and a manufacturing facility for individual equipment. In 1986, Earl's son John Jorgensen was named CEO and took over day-to-day operations. Earl remained chairman of the board and continued to be a fixture in the office. Cancer forced John into retirement in 1990, and EMJ soon sold to buyout firm Kelso & Company and subsequently merged with Kilsby Roberts Company, creating the new Earl M. Jorgensen Company. Then the country's largest independently owned metals distributor, the merger increased breadth of inventory and expedited eastward expansion. The 1990s proved challenging for the new entity, with clashing cultures and technology challenges pushing the company to the brink of bankruptcy. Through bold, strategic reorganizing and ingrained determination, EMJ came out of the decade profitable and growing. In 2006, EMJ was acquired by Reliance Steel and Aluminum Company, solidifying their place among the top metal service centers in the country. Earl M. Jorgensen demonstrated his go-getter attitude until his death in 1999, continuing to come into the office past the age of 101. His drive still resonates with EMJ's 1,100 employees in 37 locations across the U.S. and Canada, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a service center. With a focus on providing the best in products, knowledge, and unique solutions, EMJ remains at the forefront of the metals industry. For 100 years, EMJ has embodied resilience and commitment to its customers and employees. With the steadfast resolve of the past and cutting-edge technology of the future, EMJ will forge ahead no matter the challenges encountered. Because at EMJ, we hustle. That's all.
Well, the culture of EMJ is really started by our founder, Earl M. Jorgensen. You know, with slogans like "Hustle, that's all" and "Only customers pay wages." We really look to the people and empower the people to make decisions every day. And so I think that the culture here is to have people that are doers. You're working every day in your position that makes a difference in every other position. So, and number one thing is taking care of customers at the end of the day.
He really set the tone for professionalism. He set the tone for the steel industry. I remember being at lunches where Earl would be there, and he was a legend. People would walk in, and the early years of Jorgensen, we just really were the class act of the industry.
EMJ has evolved a lot since the late 70s when I started. It's become a much larger company that has invested a lot in equipment to get product to the customer the best way possible.
One of my favorite parts of working here at EMJ is all the wonderful people I've had to work with. Everyone is very cooperative. Everyone works together well. It's a very good team atmosphere with very supportive, accessible management. That's what makes it so great.
Safety is number one around here, and then customer service. We treat our customers like their family. We do everything we can to make sure that their packages are securely, safely packaged, making sure that all of their orders are filled correctly from start to finish. And we really go above and beyond for our customers.
What makes me proud to work for EMJ is the fact that we do back our word. And when we do say something, we mean it, and the customer believes us. It's nice to go to a customer, and when I deliver the material, he believes me, he signs the material, he takes it off, and he knows it's going to be right. A good relationship makes business, it's the oil that makes business work.
I think my favorite part is the manager support that they give us. My co-workers, we all get along great. It's like one big family. I don't mind at all coming to work. Many people ask, do you mind going to work? And some people say, I don't like my job, I don't like what I'm doing, but I really enjoy it here at EMJ, and I guess that's why I've been here for 44 years. Everybody gets along fantastic.
It's a family tree here. You have people working here, you have their father, you have their son, you have their uncle, you have their nephew, everybody works here. And it's because EMJ offer you, like I said before, a lifetime and stability. They care about the people. They care about the customers. They care about everybody who wants to work here.
What I believe makes EMJ so successful, we have great systems, but ultimately it comes down to the people. We want the people closest to the customer to be able to make the decisions. So we empower people to do that, and we really don't care who gets the credit. We work as a team. We're not a flavor of the month company. We focus on the fundamentals, but I think it's that emphasis that we really want the decisions made closest to the customer, whether it's the inside rep, the outside rep, the operations people.
What makes EMJ so successful is the hard work of the employees in the warehouse as well as the employees in the office.
What kept me here at EMJ was the fact that I got to meet Earl. He would come around to each branch every year, and most people don't even know their CEOs, much less meet them. And the fact that his son was president, and he would go out and make sales calls with the outside salesperson, which I thought was fantastic. And then he would write a letter to each customer saying how much he thanked them for the business and really appreciated it. And I thought that was just fantastic, and that's why I'm here so long.
The operation perspective of Earl M. Jorgensen Company from day one is what Mr. Jorgensen asked you to do. hustle, that's all. To have a quality day's work for a gentleman who expected it from you, and as sales reps, we expect it from ourselves.
It's not just about running into a brick wall and continuing to run and hustle as hard as you can. It's about hustling, trying to find ways to do everything better. From how do we fill an order safer? How do we fill an order more efficiently, deliver? How do we take care of our customers better? Hustling actually encompasses every part of what we do every day. The people in this company that hustle find opportunity for future growth. It's truly an exciting company to start with today. I think there's more opportunities for the people that truly want to hustle than there ever has been.
Hello everyone, I'm Jim Hoffman. I get to work here at downtown LA with Reliance Corporate. And a lot of you probably don't know that I spent a lot of years at Jorgensen and EMJ. So I wanted to congratulate all you folks at EMJ on your 100th year anniversary. What a wonderful thing. That's just quite an accomplishment. In fact, when you say Earl M. Jorgensen, I had the opportunity to know Earl. I'd met him back in the 80s with John. And at the time I thought, my goodness, I'm meeting an icon here. And little did I know, X amount of years later, I'd have an office next to Earl where he would give me copies of the Go-Getter and tell me some great stories about casket cards and how to tear paper up and all those wonderful things that a lot of us still remember. But like I said, I consider it an honor that I have been able to work with two of the finest companies in our industry. So thank you all for everything you do. Congratulations once again. Keep it going. I don't know if we can go another 100 years. I won't be around, but I hope you're all proud of what you do. And I wanted to thank you for everything you do to make Reliance a better company. And congratulations, EMJ. I'm really proud of you, and I hope you're really proud of the fact that you got to spend a career at EMJ. Thank you very much. Be safe and be well.
Hi, my name is Brian Closey. I'm President and COO of EMJ. I started with EMJ 34 years ago out in Los Angeles, California, and I had the honor of working while Earl was still out in Los Angeles. And I can tell you today, he would be extremely proud of the company that bears his name 100 years later. I look around at all the people that have made this company what it is today. Our former employees, our current employees. The DNA of hustle, that's all, customers pay our wages, is the distinct difference between us in our marketplace and has made us what we are today, as successful as we are. I travel around to a lot of facilities, and there's nothing that makes me more proud talking to our employees that have been there 20 years, 30 years, and even 40 years. It is a family. It's such a family that a lot of them have their siblings, their cousins, and their friends working here. And I think that is what separates us and has made us so successful. Once again, think about 100 years we've been around. We've been through world wars, we've been through pandemics, and we keep coming out stronger. And I think with our acquisition with Reliance and becoming part of their team has also made us stronger. So for all of you that are hearing this, that have been a part of our past, part of our today, and part of our future, thank you for everything. 100 years, you should be extremely proud. Thank you and God bless.